So today I want to speak about God will never forsaken you. So if you feel you had a promise and you felt that you have been living in God's light and it seems to be taking so long, that child is off the rails, that love of your life is taking forever to come, or you feel that job is not coming for you, but you're just stuck, watch this video. I'm going to give you a bit more of an insight in what you can do and how God can help you. Stay tuned. So welcome back. My name's Jay. I'm from Karnak Holistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. So as I said today, I'm going to speak about God has not forsaken you. And it's a promise he said he would never will do. I'm going to recite some text from the actual Bible. It's a psalm, as you know from some of my videos I've done before. I've recited a few bits and pieces of God's promise and how he's coming to support you and help you to deliver and basically deliver his promise to you and what you've been waiting for. But before I start, please like, share and subscribe. It helps me obviously to do more videos, and it helps me to get this out there and to spread the word, because God is great and we should celebrate. We should celebrate him basically, and we should celebrate it together and build our community in the sight of God, obviously. So please like, share and subscribe, and let's just jump into this and let's start speaking about God has not and will not forsaken you. So you feel like a lot of people around you seem to be excelling quicker than you. You're keeping your faith, you're keeping your strength with God, you're keeping your light shining, you're living and shining as much as you can in God's light, but you just feel like everyone seems to be shining better than you or brighter than you, and basically it's really gotten on your nerves. Basically with that, what I want to share and say to you is that when there is time of darkness or time of it feels like being stale and slow, God is still working behind the scenes. You know, with every prototype we need to create a prototype in order to make the final project or the final actual result. And with that, we need to be aware that without God and looking and trusting in our own self, that we will never get forward to move forward. God will shine. He will. It's his promise to you. He said it time and time again that though despite you walking through the valley, he's still there being your shepherd. And I understand that things have been hard, and I know that when you're in the darkness and no matter what you're trying to do and how much you're still giving, you're still loving, you're still caring, but all those people around you that doesn't give two damns about God seems to just be flying. Don't worry, I promise you, God will shine for you. So it says in Psalm 121 from verse 5 to verse 7, God says that the Lord is thy keeper, he is thy shade upon the right hand. The sun shall not smite you, nor shall the darkness of the night. And then it goes on, God speaks more in a psalm and goes on to give you more encouragement that he is there and he is shining and he is trying to help you. He goes on to say, the Lord shall preserve thy from evil, and he should also preserve you and preserve your soul. Look, I can only speak about my own experiences. I can only speak about where I come from. I'm not going to give you some BS about stuff that I don't know about. I'm just going to talk about from the heart about what I've seen, what I've experienced, and what I've seen other people do. And I will talk about some of the people I've worked with that have shone within the light of God. But I have had to turn around and say, even though things are really bad and how dark things got, they believed and they stuck with it. And they're still being honorable, they're still being truthful, they're still being good to their family, being good to their friends, being good to themselves. But nothing seems to be happening for them, you know. But that's when the time of adversity is when the light is happening. Remember, every day has a dark night. You know, we have nighttime where you see fakery, we see reflections upon the ground, which could be monsters or it could be something scary. It makes our mind perceive that it's darker than what it really is. But then what happens? The following day, the sun rises, doesn't it? And then you see those scary things, disappear, and you see them for what they really are. That's when God shines his light. And that's when you need to then believe in yourself and have trust in him that he will shine for you. Every daybreak is a new day to create great things. And every nighttime is a time to reflect. So use the nighttime to reflect upon what you've done during the day. I can guarantee you it will help you to be stronger and more focused upon what you want to achieve. I have goals I want to achieve in my life, but I know in time it will just take time for me. And all those goals I want to achieve are not purposely for me. They're purposely for either family or even friends. But most important, obviously, I have to shine for God. It's getting God's word out there. This is what my whole purpose is. So everything I do, every word I say, every action I do, everything I create, every video I do is not necessarily for me. It's all for him. It's to get to people out there. I spoke to somebody the other day. He said to me, your videos are really a inspiration. And I'm kind of glad to hear that. And it's not an ego thing. That's not what I'm saying, because there's been times when I've been in the valley and I'm saying, I'm just recording these videos and like nobody's watching them, and it gets a bit frustrating sometimes. But then I just get the inspired action and I hear the word of God say to me, it's people are being touched by my word. That's what matters. Whether it's one person or 100,000 people, the important thing is that it makes an impact and helps you. Helps you when you're in the darkest times of your life, when things don't seem to be happening for you. If you're in university and you don't have much money, or you have a job which it doesn't pay very well, and all your friends are out there partying and enjoying themselves and and all the rest of it, you know what? Stick with it. Stay with it. Keep grinding. Keep going. Don't give up. Because them times where you're in that room working to make a better future for yourself, when it comes to their time of reckoning, you be light years ahead, trust me. And as long as you keep your heart and your faith strong, you'd be surprised what you can achieve. Now, I know I can sit here and keep going banging on about faith and belief and understanding and God is great and all the rest of it, but I am only telling you because I know it's true. And no matter how dark sometimes my life could get, I know that there's going to be a new dawn and there's going to be a new sunrise. And when that sunrise rises, I know that whether God's going to be my vindicator and karma is going to be given is not down to me. It's like a policeman. A policeman finds and does the job and gets the evidence together, yeah? And then presents it to the court to get a conviction. So it's down to us to be that policeman, to get those, or policewoman, to get those information together, knowledge ourselves, build our hearts. And when we do, and we present it to the Almighty, it's God who will then be the judge, the jury, and the prosecutor, and he will bring around divine justice. I can only turn around and say, it's not good. When you get your evidence together and you hand it over, and someone's hurt you, and they're not following the light, and they've just not been around, or not just, and they've put other things first, and you've been good to people, and if it's a bunch of people that have been hurting you, you've been bullied. I understand that. I know where that's coming from. I've been there, But at the end of the day, when it comes to the darkest valley and nighttime falls, and you can either do one or two things. You can sit in wallow and squallow and complain and moan and make your life even worse, or you can just rejoice and know that you have trust, that when nothing seems to be happening, that something is actually happening. You just can't see it. And the more times of adversity you go through, the stronger you will become, the power you will become, the strength you will become. And when it comes to the time when you need to face like David and Goliath, and you have to be David facing the giant Goliath, and it could be a situation in your life, it could be facing an illness, It could be facing a loved one leaving. It could be facing a parent not showing the truth and being able to be there for you. But I promise you, I do promise you, when you have faith and you pray and you keep your heart pure and you do things, you stay as honorable and as noble as possible. Because remember, you are a noble being of the Most High, right? No, there's no higher accolade than that. You are the servant of God is a noble position. You should be rejoicing, just knowing that He's called you. And if you don't believe me, look around you, look at everything in your room. Look at, if you're seeing this and you're outside, look about the place. Look at all the things that you can see in your eyes, that you can see through your eyes. Just have a look. And when you have a look, He's given that to you. That's from Him, because you are of a noble birth. You were born into this life. You weren't born to your mother, you were born through your mother. You're here for a reason. And you know this whole quest looking for your reason, that I don't know what to say about that, but what I want to say is that He will find and He will give you your path. You're walking it. Just seeing this video is a part of probably the next step that you're going to go through and grow through. You know, don't be afraid to face the darkness, because the darkness is just a coward, really, in reality. And people who talk bad about you, who turn their back on you, who don't love you, don't care for you, don't guide you, don't support you, all these people are not there for a reason, because they don't serve the Almighty. And we all know that, prepare the table before me in the presence of my enemy. Basically, God's going to have this table, not literally, but there's this table as in Psalm 23, and I refer to that a lot because it's such a powerful psalm. When you're at the table and everybody else there is enjoying themselves and partying, and you're there thinking, look, I've got rags on, nothing's happening for me, I'm stuck. But God would go, come and sit at my table, have whatever you want at my table, just let me know what it is and I will serve you like you serve me. God is the greatest host. That's why it's called the Lord of hosts. You know, He's the Lord of all hosts. He hosts everything to you. There's many that could be translated into many different things, but I'm just using this now to kind of emphasize and let you know that the Lord is the Lord of hosts. He will give you what you need at the right time, at divine timing. But you need to be ready. And when you're ready, and when it's time and you're ready, you watch yourself shine. So I'm just going to keep this really short and sweet, but I just want you to just stay true, stay honorable, stay noble, stay focused. Don't give up. Rejoice. Read some texts. Listen to some uplifting music. Listen to some motivational stuff. But keep your head straight and your heart straight. I guarantee you, the day of reckoning is coming, and your day of reckoning will be soon. You just need to just hang in there. You're almost there. If you're feeling like you're in a valley, you're almost out of the valley. Trust me, honestly. So I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you're well, and I'll speak to you in the next video, and namaste.